Riders in, riders out, Team USA is about to be announced. It is August 8th, we're at Ironman Raceway. That means it is Friday, and this is what I learned on Friday at the Ironman Pro Motocross National. As usual, I've been doing these the last couple rounds. We're gonna run through a bunch of topics, some random things we learned about today, some things we knew about coming into this week, and yeah, just take you guys through what's going on this weekend. So of course, we're back at Ironman. Big deal here is this is where Motocross of Nations will be in a little bit less than 2 months. It's been announced that the United States will also be hosting Motocross of Nations in 2028 and 2031. It is well rumored here on property that this will also serve as the location for 2020. Kind of how Redbud held it 2 times in a row for the United States round, it looks like Ironman would likely do the same. That leaves us up in the air for 2031, maybe a different location, maybe Redbud. But anyways, if you're coming out here for Motocross of Nations for this year, awesome. If you miss it, think again, 2028. Track changes. Track has been shortened, it's been changed. A lot of people talk about it. Godzilla is gone. It now just goes up the hill, does a small little step up into the corner, turns around, comes back down. No big jump down, no big jump up. Talking to a bunch of the pros, not a lot seem to, even though Godzilla is cool to watch on TV, the big step up out of the hole, not a lot of riders I talked to technically miss it. We rode a Honda intro here last year, and it was one of the more painful jumps I have done because the landing in its current iteration was almost non-existent, but sadly that is off. I haven't gotten an exact answer on why the track is shorter. My best guess is typically a GP track or the Motocross of Nation tracks are a little bit shorter on time. They try to keep them under 2 minutes, so that could be some of the changes we're seeing here. There's a host of riders out. Of course, we know Aaron Plessinger coming in will be out for the rest of Pro Motocross. Colt Nichols is out for the rest of Pro Motocross as well. We also noticed that Alexander Fedostov over at Club MX is not here this weekend. There hasn't really been given an exact reason why, but he is out as well. We have a host of riders coming back. A lot of people probably saw on social media this week that Monster Energy Yamaha Star Racing has a few riders with Pierce Brown and Daxton Bennick returning. They should have Max Anstine next weekend for Unadilla, and then Davies is either Unadilla or Budds Creek, I believe. So they've got a fairly full house this weekend with more incoming. Another one's a little bit of a surprise is Dylan Ferrandis is back. We knew he'd be back by the end of the Nationals. They didn't get the announcement out, but he is actually here this weekend. He's going to do the last 3 Nationals. He's going to do the 3 SMX rounds. He is potentially maybe being asked to do Team France for Motocross of Nations, which we'll get into in a second. But after that, Dylan Ferrandis will no longer be with the Phoenix Honda Racing Team. It is well rumored, pretty much locked in that he will be part of the 2-man squad debuting the Ducati in Supercross next year. 2 other riders we have back this weekend. Julian Beaumer and Tom Vial are both back with the Red Bull KTM squad on the 250 side. Also at Club MX back this weekend are Jet Reynolds and Reed Taylor. Jet's in for these last couple Nationals, and Reed, I believe, is in for the next 2. They're all just trying to kind of fill out their spots because if you watch any of like Daniel Blair's content, you might know that Club MX is looking at a lot of options for next year. Of course, they have Cody Schock under contract. They have Maximus Volan. Beyond that, they got 2 or 3 spots they want to fill. There's people being talked about, they've mentioned, such as like Lux Turner, Avery Long, Parker Ross. There's a bunch of guys the club is looking at. Jet Reynolds, Retailer, all these guys are kind of being vetted over these next couple rounds, so that'll be interesting to watch. 2 pro debuts this weekend from Loretta's last weekend. Kate Johnson and Gavin Betts are making their pro debuts. Enzo Timmerman, though, just raced the Combine, which just finished up. He won the overall. I think he went 2-2 to do it. I spoke to his dad. Big reason why he's doing the Combine and not the National is you pay attention to the way the rules written. You can do 3 or 4 Nationals as an amateur as long as you keep under a certain point spread. I'm not going to exactly quote the rule right now because I don't remember off the top of my head. He is at the limit of that rule. If he were to do any more Pro Nationals this year, he would not be able to race SX Futures next year. And right now, they don't know what Timmerman's future is going to be. There's a chance that to maintain his Cowie support and kind of hang in there and wait for a spot, he may have to do another year of SX Futures, or SMX Next as we're calling it. So to maintain his eligibility for that, they would have to basically forego doing these last couple Nationals. So if you're wondering why he's hanging down, that's why. He's just trying to kind of keep himself secured for a spot. Again, he's looking at options for next year, doesn't exactly know what's going to happen. Speaking of options in a spot, the Triumph Factory Racing Team, that's one we've been trying to figure out this weekend, who they're going to have next year, because it got announced this week that Styles Robertson is out, retirement, sadly due to multiple wrist injuries. It's just not healing quite right. I'm really bummed for Styles. They do have Austin Faulkner and Jalek Swoll under contract next year for 250s. It's pretty well documented that Jordan Smith will be debuting a 450 for them next year. Sounds like Mikkel Harup will be staying in the US, but possibly to ride a 450 as well. So I think they have one more 250 spot. Deacon Deno that did really well. Loretta's is rumored to be going to them as an amateur. Maybe he just goes and makes the plunge up. Or maybe they end up picking up another pro in this paddock, because there was a couple riders they've made offers to in the last week or two that we know turned them down. Oh, another contract update. Jason Anderson. Everybody really thinks the Hep Suzuki thing is a done deal. After talking to the team, it's still up in the air, and it's, you know, with sponsorship money, OEM money, they're waiting on a few things. I don't know where to leave that one right now. Based on some talks, I maybe might leave it at a solid 50-50 at this point, but that is not a guarantee, and that is actually not locked in. Last and not least, yes, we're doing this on Friday. This video goes up Saturday morning. Shortly after this video goes up, Team Motocross of Nations, the US team, will be announced. Again, we've talked about on podcasts, everybody's talked about the last couple weeks. It's pretty much a lock at this point that it is going to be Chase Sexton, Eli Tomac, and Hayden Deegan. Chase Sexton will actually be going as our MXoN rider, and Tomac will be going as our open rider. So Sexton will be number 4 this year, Deegan will be number 5, and Eli Tomac would be number 6. Again, that should be announced tomorrow. They'll do it probably before the motos, I think, is when they have it on the schedule, to go ahead and bring those boys out and announce them as a red, white, and blue for this year. That's it for this episode of What We Learned on Friday. As always, throw your comments in the section down below. You got any thoughts on any of this news? Anything I missed that you find interesting, throw it down there. And if you like our breaking news and all of our updates, please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.